Welcome back, everybody, to this Marvel Spider-Man PS4 Let's Play. Last time we left off, we visited Martin Lee. We got back to playing Spider-Man after a long hiatus, and now we're, well, I forgot.
I don't have enough for that.
We're just doing shit.
Yeah, let's see if there's.
And we changed the costume to Bombastic Bagman.
Hell yeah!
For the lulz and the memes.
For the lulz. I mean, here at Classic Let's Plays, we are real into meme culture. I guess there are no side missions. A shame.
Yeah, you can just go straight to the story mission.
Unless there's
Bombastic Bagman.
Bombastic.
You know
Bagman.
how excited people were when they saw this?
Very.
What are you doing?
Just looking at the costume really quickly. Oh, that's funny.
That's so fucking funny.
Okay, no.
But hey, we're actually gonna. Hey, now that I'm not happy with the Fox Disney merger because Disney is this close to being an entertainment monopoly.
I thought it already was.
Well, it is, but at the same time, it's like we still have Warner Brothers and
for the time being.
Sony. No, if Warner
Disney Brothers.
No, if Disney buys Warner Brothers, it's time for the federal government to come in and say this is a monopoly.
It's time to stop.
Because I don't want DC. Okay, I don't want DC and Marvel to
make this
crossover.
Yeah.
And people look at me and they're like, "Why is that?" And I went, "Because they're different." And people, the average person who doesn't read DC comics and Marvel comics, doesn't understand. I've been reading a shit ton of DC comics lately, especially Green Lantern. I've been catching up on that shit, and it's so good. But anyway, the point is that with DC, it's all about there's sort of like Greek gods. They write it like Greek mythology, where it's like these are gods among men, and how like that type of shit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
even Batman and Green Arrow.
Like how it is like for a god to live among men.
Would count.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
The struggles
and
that come with
that sort of shit, and they deal with more bigger issues when it comes to. Ironically, Spider-Man would actually be a really good DC character because of his whole motto of responsibility and power and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of what I think DC does a really good job with. Versus Marvel, where they focus more on the personal human aspects. They're humans who happen to have powers, not the other way around. You know?
Yeah.
So,
highly sensitive equipment.
with that alone, and that affects everything.
I'm calling the mayor's
It's
office
like
directly.
Superman is a perfect example.
Yeah,
Superman
I was gonna
is
say
about a god among men. And Spider-Man is the perfect representation of Marvel because he represents the average, every ordinary person. And that's how Marvel really was until Spider-Man showed up. And then once that became successful, they kind of started copying that model for their characters from then on out. And so I don't want DC, and I'm not saying DC doesn't do the normal balancing of everyday life, but let's take Bruce Wayne for example. Bruce Wayne, for the most part, he's a rich billionaire CEO
and Playboy
and all that shit. So in our minds, as normal human beings in our culture, we would perceive him to be a god among men, right?
Yeah. Because the dude.
And I know that's and I know it's idol worshiping, which I don't like, but that's.
But the dude's living the
the way
dream.
it is.
Like that's the dream.
Right. So to the average person, Bruce Wayne would be perceived as a god among men, even though he's a normal human being. And the same thing with Oliver Queen. And for the most, so they don't deal with the average, ordinary problems as much. I mean, sometimes they do. Like Green Arrow is a political comic because it deals with a lot of social political issues that are going on at the time, and that's fine. I have always known Green Arrow was liberal, and I don't have a problem with it because, again, he's always been that way. You know, and they don't try to make it like, oh my god, you know, like if you're a conservative, you fucking suck ass or whatever. And so Marvel tries to do really hard making relatable characters who happen to have superpowers. Like most of these characters, like another great example is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is a literal goddess among humankind, right?
She's a great woman.
I know. But the point is that she chose deliberately to become a superhero. Spider-Man did not deliberately choose to be a superhero. There's a ton.
He didn't want his powers.
There's a ton of what-if scenarios. If Uncle Ben did not die, Spider-Man, remember when he was a jerk before Uncle Ben died? That's how he would have ended up. They have confirmed. I love how we're having this really deep conversation, and then that just pops up on the fucking screen.
All right, back to the serious conversation.
No, but the point is that, you know, if you look at that, please get rid of that if you're not going to take a photo. Anyway.
I'm just saying if there's any photo thingies nearby.
No, I think
missions.
I think it's just free roam right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna take some photos while I free roam.
There's a story mission.
Never mind. You lied to me.
Oh no, this is Harry's research labs.
Oh, I gotta do that then.
Well, you gotta do it anyway for story.
Funding for his research station.
Wait, did we get the Scarlet Spider costume in this file? Let me see.
Should see how they're
Oops,
doing
my bad,
while
wrong
Harry's-
one.
I'm gonna see what suits you can get. Did I don't care what suits you use. Okay, we have that.
Yeah. And then there's the
Well,
Holland suit,
We're about to get all that stuff because of the
the
research
weird
tokens.
suit,
I don't use that one.
the garbage suit, which I use for lols.
Garbage suit. That's the MCU Spider-Man's OG costume, though.
I know, but let's be honest, dude, it's kind of garbage.
That's the point.
That's the point, though. But you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna call this.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty decent suit for a kid in high school that made that.
That's true.
It's better than anything I could come up with.
It's like a
I'm telling you right now, I couldn't make my own
with the
web
like
figures.
with the and with the Andrew Garfield suit. I'm like,
Oh, God,
like
that's so
my
good.
guy, how'd you do that? How are you so good at sewing?
Pete.
Yeah, cause like he bought the spandex off the internet, but like how you go so good at sewing, my guy?
Now, I launched them, but now that I'm...
Are we talking about the first Amazing Spider-Man film, or are we talking about the second
The
one?
first one.
Oh,
I was hoping you could watch them.
I don't fucking know.
left details
Dude,
in each
you
one.
have no excuse. The Raimi suit was made entirely in his room.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna bring that up. Believe it or not,
Oh, you were?
I was.
Okay.
Alright? I always thought that was kind of
Sounds like
unexplained and kind of unbelievable.
I don't care.
I mean, where's he gonna get the money to make a suit that nice?
I don't care.
Alright,
At the
research
time, I-
tokens. Hell yeah. Let's do this.
Oh, air pollution.
Oh, isn't that the one where I have to go through shit?
I've got a couple
No,
stations
you
measuring
gotta go
air
through
pollution.
polluted air.
The idea is
So
to
I
catch
have to
the
go
odor
through shit.
With a bag. You're gonna die of lung cancer.
I have to go through airborne shit.
Oscorp wants this
Well,
thing
anyway, back to
so
the-
much.
Back to this serious well, I don't even know what we're talking
The
about.
amount of polycyclic hydrocarbons in the air.
Did you lose like your
rising?
I was telling the difference between Marvel comics and
Marvel?
DC
Yeah,
comics.
right.
Point is, I don't want DC and Marvel to
Be the
have
same.
to
Those are
be the
concentrated
same.
in trouble spots.
You know,
Mini
Yeah.
clouds
and that's
small.
why I
Pulse rate
really
coming
don't
against
want
then trace them
a we have there. Believe it or not, folks, there is a JLA. There have been JLA and Avengers crossovers in the past. Like, if you want it that bad, you can go read them.
You can read them. They're
you
there.
can go buy them on Amazon. They're not that expensive. And they're not that bad. So that's one of the reasons why. That's just the reason I don't want DC and Marvel, because you know that if Disney ever bought DC, that's the first thing they would do.
Oh, yeah.
Is have this stupid Marvel
Crossover.
with DC.
Well, good sample.
And that is such a stupid idea. Now, I'm not saying it wouldn't be cool for aesthetically to not have these characters on screen together,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it's like, you know, they would make it a permanent thing.
Yeah.
They would make it so Superman and Spider-Man were right across from each other in the neighborhood.
And that kind of takes.
And that would and that would ruin Marvel,
Mhm.
because DC characters are way more powerful.
That's
I mean,
true.
like in almost every death battle they do. Granted, death battle, in my opinion, can be incorrect. with
And
some
I'm
of
a
their
little
results.
biased, I think.
But for the most part, you know, Marvel characters are not as strong as DC characters. The only exception I can think of is Hawkeye and Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Like, at first, I thought Hawkeye was gonna lose because I don't have extensive knowledge on Hawkeye compared to Green Arrow.
Again, I
'Cause
got,
I like-
I don't know, like, can you remind me about like how much better, or not better per se, but like stronger, because I don't remember.
The point is, it's like Hawkeye is one of the top martial artists in the Marvel universe at one point.
Mm-hmm.
He's also deaf. I don't know if that's in the MCU or not.
If it is, then they don't mention
They
it.
don't mention it. I don't know if he's deaf in the MCU, but he's deaf in the
Most
comics.
stacked picture I have.
And
Environmental protection will take it from here.
I mean, whatever, but it's whatever. I don't care. Cool. You got two tokens.
Hell
So you
yeah!
get more
I'm
costumes.
I'm gonna focus more on gadgets right now.
But you can also get those nice skills, like a bulletproof skill.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like the costume is shit, but the
Yeah, I know.
but the power is
Yeah,
pretty
the
good.
power is good.
Oh, the shocker. The shocker boss fight.
Oh yeah. Let me get a few more tokens before that then. Because if I remember correctly, I died when I did that.
First.
The shocker?
Yeah, I died. I think so. I think it's because it was
Hell, I
like.
died to him.
No, I think it's because like he was like the first thing one of the first things I fought when I came back after like a really long break of Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
So like the muscle memory wasn't nearly as warmed up as it was for this
Whoever
one.
made him release Shocker
So I
didn't want
ended
any
up, you know,
loose
dying. And
Looking
doing really
at the
bad.
security
Yeah, that
footage,
makes
the
sense.
guard was in some kind of trance. And in my
But anyway, so yeah, you know, I'm just not. I've noticed that people who really want that Marvel DC thing are just turn around.
I know. I was trying to make him do the Raimi thing, you know, with the pointing. You know, the
You gotta
pointing
do
thing.
that with Square.
I know. I was pressing square.
Oh well, you're not in front of anyone, so
I guess, oh wait, I want to do that with this costume.
But Bagman.
Bagman. Discount Fantastic Four.
That's literally what happened. His costume got wrecked, and
He had to
needed
borrow
a costume.
I would've-
and he needed but because the Fantastic Four doesn't wear masks, they're they have public identity.
He had to wear a bag.
He had to wear a bag.
You know what I would have done? I would have at least like spray painted the thing red. You know?
They are
I think it's funnier.
any living
It is funnier.
It was just a stupid makeshift costume he had to borrow.
Looks like there's a bacterial
Can
infection.
you imagine like the first person he saved with that or the first robbery stuff is like, who the hell are you?
I'm
It's
the
me.
bombastic Bagman. Yeah, you're bombastic, all right.
Sprayed over the wall.
Bombastically
Fast.
retarded
People start getting sick.
or acoustic.
First step, get to the dock.
Did I tell you about that term? That the way me and Kent use that term?
What's acoustic?
Uh,
I mean, besides sound
Those
stuff.
barrels caused the
if I
problem.
remember,
Gotta get him out of the water.
it was
Oh, this tests your platforming skills.
if I remember correctly, the way Kent worded it, it was I'm trying to remember how exactly it was.
These barrels are smarter than some of the
It was like, you know how like the term autistic,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how the acoustic is, you know, for like the guitar, usually people think when you say that term.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, well,
thinking.
there's this image on the interwebs of an autistic person with the shape of an acoustic guitar, and that's the way you use that term. You know, when you say you're acoustic, you're saying you're autistic, and you also look like a really deformed guitar face.
Now that it's clear,
It's not really that funny, but
Yeah, I was about to say I'm not laughing.
it's not. Yeah,
I
like,
don't think it's funny.
it's not funny,
Not
but
because you're making fun of special needs, but it's because I'm not. I find offensive humor funny, as long as it's done in taste. Like for me, if you're making like a retarded joke, don't do it in front of an actual retarded person.
yeah, have some class. Man.
Like, if you're gonna make a PTSD joke, don't do it in front of a veteran.
Mhm.
Now, if you're at a comedy club and you're doing stand-up and you don't know that one of those people is there and that's part of your routine, well, you knew going into it there's a potential that anything can get made fun of.
That's the thing. Like that's.
Oh
what,
my god, Spider-Man's spreading... Speaking of autism, Spider-Man's using vaccines! That water's gonna get autism!
I was just saying that. I was just gonna say that that's his dried up.
based on the water
Cement.
currents. There's another
You know, it's all
area I
dusty
need
and
to
stuff.
What the fuck?
It's weird.
I was
right?
making fun of those anti-vaxxers.
I know, dude. I saw this video of a kid.
Oh, you can get the backpack.
Oh yeah, I can. No, but I was.
I think we should just dedicate this part to doing side stuff.
All right. Get some stuff done then. Where are you, Backpack?
Look up. You should see a green
Oh,
light
it's over
up
there. I remember. Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah, it's up there. Well, anyway, special needs, stuff like that. What are we talking about?
There it is. What was I? Oh
Special
yeah,
needs, something
right.
like
I was gonna say like the one thing that I really hate about
And the anti-vaxxers.
the
that's what you're
the
talking about.
anti-vaxxers, yeah. It was like I was watching this video of a kid testifying to a court or a section of Congress. I don't remember. I think it was like a court, and he was telling him his experiences like with parents who didn't want to, you know, who were anti-vax, and he was saying how, you know, like how they found faulty and bad information. You know, because like most people get their information from the internet now.
See, that's the thing, and that's the thing people have to understand, is not only do I agree there's an anti-intellectual movement going on right now. Ironically, we were talking about this on Spider-Man during this mission, but I had to delete those parts for storage reasons. So, oh, the irony, it comes
The
back.
irony, it comes back.
But anyway, but people think, oh, it's in a study. It must be a valid study. No.
No, that's
No.
not all.
If I have 100
I've seen-
peer-reviewed studies,
Whoa, I've seen like really.
there are shit studies out there. Just because it was published does not make it valid. Right? I could technically, if I get a study published that's not peer-reviewed, that says, what's a stupid thing that obviously is not real? And let's not make it too obvious, like flat Earth or anything like that.
Dogs humping is a sign of.
Yeah, so there.
like that
okay,
one.
yeah. So there was a literal study published by a university about how dogs humping each other is proof of rape culture and patriarchy. That is an actual study. Is that a valid study?
No.
Obviously not, because they're dogs, and dogs hump each other because they're dogs.
They're dogs.
They don't have social norms or rules. I mean, they do amongst
They
each
do,
other,
but yeah.
but, you know, humping, they don't give a shit about that. So they're projecting human
Standards of the docks.
problems
Stop the now.
Onto animals.
onto dogs.
It'll be
And so it's like...
Whoa, 16 minutes already.
I know, that's why I said don't bother fighting Shocker. Just go do side shit.
Before that though,
Oof!
it's not the best water, but it's nice to look at.
Yeah, I didn't say it was bad. The
Ooh.
best water is Devil May Cry 5.
I know some of the best water. It's not a lot, barely any, but it was some of the best
But when it's
reactionary.
there...
It's some of the best. What the hell?
Oh, yeah, because...
Oh, right,
you had
right.
to do this near...
It's some of the best reactionary water I've seen in games. My all around favorite ocean water is Odyssey. That water is
See,
mwah.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm interested in the game from a history
From a
point of
history
view.
from a history point of view, like I mean, if you want to, I mean, it's your money.
What's
Some kind of trance.
I don't know.
Yeah, I care more about getting Sekiro.
I'd get Sekiro.
Yeah.
Because the longer
To the bank.
the game's price is just gonna go down.
Oh yeah.
Just go down more. So, I just get Sekiro.
Yeah, and that's a historical game too because it takes place in feudal Japan.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
granted-
not necessarily historical, but it's
Well,
like historical
historical
influence.
setting.
Historical influence.
A historical setting. Obviously, prosthetic arms like that. And fucking,
I mean, we can't even do that right now.
you want to bet?
No, we're doing that, but it gets ridiculously expensive. You know what I mean?
Well, obviously it's ridiculously.
And it's not
expensive.
nearly as responsive as the ones in games too. You know?
So like I said, basically the point is there's an anti-intellectual movement. Then just because there's a study does not make it valid. Like I've seen bogus, stupid websites. Like
I saw this one. I don't remember where, but I think it was on a Reddit. Like I think it was something like
Power base in the vacuum left by
like
Fisk.
The
crazy.
vacuum I created by putting Fisk.
I don't remember what it was called, but it was like on one of those Reddit things.
Demons are my fault.
And it was something like how picking your nose is a sign of superior intellect or something like that.
what?
Yeah, it was really stupid.
What?
Yeah. I don't remember what it was all about, but that was like the title, and that's
What?
yeah.
It collects data on the
This was like a couple months ago, but that's like the title stuck with me.
Oh my god! See, that's what I'm saying. Just because it's published by a study does not make it valid.
Doesn't-
Now, I'm
yeah.
not saying that means that you should look at every single study and say it's fucking crap, it's bogus. But look and see there if it's valid,
Here might help me track
then you
my
will
missing
see
spider
multiple other
parts.
studies
These
saying the
things are too
same
expensive to
thing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay, I boosted the
And even
tracking
then, as
signal
time goes on,
in
that
the
might be
bot.
debunked later on. You don't
Yeah,
know.
you don't know.
The point is,
The other bot's signal in the park.
like,
So
what
that's
was
where I'll
it?
need to drop this one.
Yeah, the point is, don't look at things and think, oh, this is proof. But at the same time, don't look at it and go, oh yeah, this is fucking fact. Because this fucking stupid study that wasn't even peer-reviewed
It's published. Like
It's published.
people put you can put anything on the internet. You know
I could write a study right now talking about
how masturbating something.
how masturbating gets you closer to God, or some stupid shit. You know? Just because I published that doesn't make it true.
Yeah. Somebody will. But the thing is too, like with that kind of stuff, you always like
I wonder if a kid picked
like
it up
run
and
the
took it
risk
home.
of someone
It is way better
buying
than
it. You
toys
know.
on the market.
That's the problem. There's always one idiot who's always gonna buy it.
And as soon as you,
Look at the Flat Earth Society. Do I have to say anything more than that?
the way I see it too, it's like as soon as one idiot's on board, like more idiots.
There's gonna
will
be
follow.
more idiots on board.
I think it's because it's the whole tribal thing. Like as soon as one idiot comes,
The AI to test it in their
you know, more idiots will follow.
Makes sense.
It's like a moth to a flame.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
We didn't get run over. New York drivers have no respect for the crosswalk.
Oh,
That
there
is
it
a
is.
fact.
That is true.
Neither do California drivers.
That's true.
Looks like you
Yes,
made it
that's
quite a
true
ways.
also. What about Washington drivers?
DC?
DC, yeah.
Well, they probably suck ass too.
I feel like a lot of
I feel like any majorly
Any major-
populated area.
yeah.
So that must mean Wyoming has the best drivers of all time. What the fuck?
I hit the ball. Yeah.
Kick that fucking.
Yeah.
See how long you can do that?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Proximity alarm?
Oh.
Kidding me? And if I
that faggot pigeon got me.
Okay, sometimes you saying that can be funny, but don't use it too much.
I know, I know.
At the bird gym.
It's just I genuinely feel like
I don't care about the
no,
PC
like,
thing.
no, listen,
I'm
I
talking
know.
about 'cause
No,
from a
it's like
human point of
no,
view.
I genuinely feel frustrated because I really did want to see how long I could, you know, hit that for.
Busted a feathered kleptomaniac.
That sucks.
Now that I know where they both are, time to mount a rescue mission.
Oh yeah, I gotta rescue my drones.
Easiest rescue mission. Wouldn't that be funny if you had to fight a pigeon?
Harry really did me a
Pigeon
solid there.
Man. The super.
Oh,
vil-
you'll be collecting pigeons later. Don't worry
the
about
super
that.
villain Pigeon Man. Pigeon Man.
What are you doing?
I was trying to see if any
Before I can
popped
send him
up.
back out into the world
No, you gotta load out.
I know, I forget. I'm only human. I was thinking of a. I was remember.
No, there's one right there. Why go that far?
Oh right, my bad. I was remembering that that trailer for that Mass Effect Andromeda,
Oh, God.
and the song is not a bad song, but the game,
The game is fucking garbage.
woo! Oh yeah, woo! Oh, that is sexy. Ooh.
Oof!
All right. What was I gonna say? All right, the game. Like there's this trailer of like all the weird and terrible glitches and facial animations that replaced the trailer that someone made. It's fucking hilarious because the audio is still serious and the song is still serious, but it's like I gotta show you. It's pretty funny. Ah, fuck!
You don't have to do it.
I'm doing it.
I would.
No, point being is that
Ah, fuck!
point being is that
This fucking shithole crimes never end!
point being is the glitch trailer is hilarious,
I
dude.
bet.
Like after we're done, I want to show you that.
Alright.
All right.
Oh, that game fucking sucks, man.
Hey, MJ. We were talking about the demons. I keep feeling like they're my fault. I cleared space for them.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
What?
Do you see that criminal being dragged
yeah.
from the car? That guy is dead.
He's dead.
If
Hey,
he's not dead.
hey, I didn't kill him. The car did. The car driver, to be specific.
Oh my
That's
god.
osmosis.
Go check on the back.
Knocking the
On the back.
Yeah, go see on the back.
Ah!
Oh. No, he's still
Oh, he's
alive!
still there.
Oh my god!
Yay!
on worse terms with
His
this, but
back is
I
totally
can-
broken though. What a dick.
uh,
Oh my goodness gracious.
that's awesome. I don't think I'll have enough time to do that lab thing.
You don't have to. Man, why don't we just call
Hey,
it?
MJ.
Oh, let's
Talking about
stop
the
this
demons.
conversation and,
Feel like they're
because
my
you've
fault.
interrupted it like 2 or 3 times.
So and stop it.
No.
Just
Just
let it keep
going.
going. Got it.
Godfathering? Are you okay? You sound even mopier than usual.
I think I might have just lost my job. The city, Norman, actually pulled our funding.
Oh, Pete. I'm sorry. If Harry were here, he could
La,
talk
la, 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 la. You know, it'd be hilarious
Talk to you soon.
if the Black Israelites showed up. What are you doing? Oh, okay.
All right, that's his. All right, sorry.
You know what'd be funny?
What? Okay, the thing ended. It's split apart.
You know what'd be funny?
What?
If in the streets right now, Spider-Man encountered the Black Israelites.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.